What's up, y'all? In this video, we're going to be talking about funny little balls and my vibrator. And yes, this is a locksmith video. Now, if y'all order bulk blanks like in the 250 pack, you are fully aware of what I'm talking about. These are in almost every one of them. You'll get 1, 2, or 3 or so of these funny little shaped balls that's actually tumbler media. That's right, that is the thing when keys are finished to make this glossy shine on the keys. On brass keys, they tumble them with a bunch of these stainless steel double cone media in a vibratory or a rolly type, like a rock tumbler basically. And after you do it for a little while, you have this glossy key shine to it. And the reason why is because the reason why they use this particular one is because, see, when it's getting tumbled, it can actually get down, it can actually get down in the grooves of the key because of the ridges on it right there. That allows it to get pretty much all over the key as it's tumbling in a tumbler. Now, a couple of years ago, we did do a vibrator video where we took brass shavings and tried to tumble them with the keys to see what would happen. I'll post a link to that video up here in the corner, and I'd actually just totally forgotten that I did it. And I've decided a long time prior to that as well that I was going to start saving all these little balls that came with the keys. And I've actually got quite a little collection going on because we go through so many bulk keys like that. So we're going to go ahead and open up a box, see if we have a few more. And we're going to go ahead and take what we have and try to tumble them and see what happens compared to the brass shavings. So hopefully we'll get a couple more out of this one. Oh, come on. I'm kind of glad that they started doing this. Makes it safer in transit. I think we have enough now. It's obviously much quicker to order these. These are actually a little bit smaller than the balls that Ilco and them use, but I didn't even think about that when I ordered them. So let's see how they work. We're gonna actually use them, and after reading some of the reviews on this product, you do need to use a liquid water and Dawn soap. Now I don't have soap, but I do have some I don't have Dawn, but I do have some just like antibacterial soap. So we're gonna take some keys that I have sitting up here that have just gotten out on the counter. You can see, compared to a shiny brass one, you can definitely see the difference in them. And then this ring right here. So this is what happens to brass after it sits out for long enough. It loses that gloss. It also makes them harder to sell because when you sell them, people think, oh, they gave me old nasty keys. So we're going to see if we can unnasty these keys. Get rid of this key ring. And also, I kind of glimpsed at that video that I did a couple of years ago. We're going to put in a couple of Ford keys because there were a few of these old Ford keys that had some really nasty stains on them. If we can find a couple here, we'll throw them in with it too. Some of those same styles of keys that we used in that test, you can see it's got real rough damage. These, I believe, sat in water for a while when they were in a storage before I got a hold of them. And that's what caused that problem. In the key shavings version of this, it didn't do a whole lot besides get it a little less brown. But let's see what it does with this stuff. Bloop. It's just water. I put it in a plastic thing so it doesn't walk across the floor. This adjusts how much it vibrates. Lifts it up off. We go all the way down, it vibrates less. So we want it to vibrate more than that. Yeah. Okay, let's seal you up tight since you got liquid in you. Here we go. go. What time is it? 3:54. So irritating. We normally cage it up in the back room, but just for this video, we'll try it out there. Give myself a headache. Okay, it's been an hour. Thank God. Let's see what happens. Go. How did we do? Ooh, we got some shiny keys going here. Maybe? I don't know. Let's run it for another... well, I'm only going to be here for another 20-30 minutes anyway, so let's run it for another few minutes, but those got shinier for sure. I don't think anything can help that water damage on those keys. I think that's permanent wire brush, maybe, but it's not worth it for Ford keys that I have a zillion of. The only problem with this is dealing with the foam. Back on top for you. Imagine turning this guy on and the lid being loose. That wouldn't be good. Wipe your hands before you plug it in. I hate you. Okay, end of the day, so we're gonna have to be done, right? That's enough out of you. Hi. Glad we have a back room we can put this in. All right, let's see how these turned out. They do have to be washed off because of the soap, but they are already instantly shinier, I can tell that. So let me get these out and dry it, washed and dried off. We'll take a look at them and compare it to what they looked like before, but oh, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so there is a ball loss rate that is going to happen when you're doing this and when you're trying to clean them. Oh, the soap is still in there. I definitely need to still when it comes strainers. I mean, I need to go by the $1.25 store and get a strainer, but not the Family Dollar one because of, you know, rats. Let's see how they came out compared to a brand new key. Look at that. It's virtually indistinguishable. It's a little bit shinier. Okay, so it is a little bit shinier, but it did a good job. And believe it or not, I'm surprised about these keys. I think if we left these in there for a few hours, I actually think it would eat that off because these were in pretty bad condition. And you can see where the balls have started knocking it down to the brass. So if we left this in there for a while, a long time, like all day probably, it might totally clear that up. But again, I can test it. I imagine it would get, you know, there'd probably still be a few little splotches left, like especially in the hard hit areas like that. But they're not worth it to me to do that because again, I've got 5 gazillion of those keys. However, these can be put back into use now. We can sell these as mostly okay. That little splotchy right there, but yeah, I didn't do that great of a job. Imagine maybe half a day instead of just for the hour and a half or so. It is all I'm willing to put into it for this video, so got those keys glossed up a little bit. Maybe one day in a future video, maybe we'll run it all day and see if it really can take some of that tarnish off. But there you go, little balls and my vibrators. Vibrate. I've only got one vibrator. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, I ain't messing with you. Oh no. Oh no.